Hi, my name is Ben Lee, and today we're going to take a look at the process for updating TSE firmware. In order to update the TSE screen's APK, we're going to want to make sure that the TSI1 is powered and connected to an Ethernet network. The TSE must be powered and connected to the same Ethernet network as the TSI1. If the current TSE screen's APK or firmware is 1.475 or older, the TSI1 must be set to 192.168.0.100, which is the default IP address of the device. The TSE must be set to an IP address in the same range as the TSI1, excluding that default 192.168.0.100. Each device on an Ethernet network does have to have a unique IP address. The computer used to access the TSI1's web pages must also be giving a unique IP address that's within the same range. Then we're going to want to ensure that the TSI1 is accessible from the web browser. Remember, based on the firmware version in your TSE, you may not want to change the IP address of the TSI1 until this update is complete. So the first thing we're going to do is log in to the TSI1 and then select Upload Project. On the Upload Project page, you're going to input the password Cooper-1234 with a capital C. Then you're going to select Choose File and locate the firmware file with Windows Explorer. The latest version can be found on the web portal. Go ahead and select Upload Firmware and you should get a progress bar. Do not attempt to refresh or navigate the web browser until the TSI1 has rebooted. The green status LED should flash on the front of the unit. Now that we have the TSE's APK file uploaded to the TSI1, we're going to want to go to the first TSE. At the first TSE, we will download that firmware file to the screen. So at the first screen, you're going to want to scroll down and select Project Setup. Under Project Setup, you're going to want to select Project Location and type in http:// the default IP address of the TSI1, followed by :8080/files/project. Then select the project password and type in Cooper-1234 with a capital C. Then select the project name and type in SYSUD. Once that is complete, you're going to want to ensure that both Reload Next Time and Reload Images are selected. Then scroll down the page and select Save and Back. Back on the main screen, you're going to scroll down, but remember, all devices on an Ethernet network have to have a unique IP address, and the TSEs must be within the same range as the TSI1. So now we'll go ahead and select Network Setup and input a static IP address of 192.168.0.101, for example. If we had multiple screens, the next TSE's IP address might be 192.168.0.102. Then set the subnet mask and static gateway. Once that's complete, select Save and Load. When you do that, the TSE updater will load. You're going to need to select the appropriate APK based on the firmware that was in your TSE. You'll then select Update APK from the TSI1. When you do that, you're going to want to select the APK so that it can be downloaded. Then select All and select Install. Now, the TSE will start downloading its APK file. You should get a progress bar at the top. Once you get the message that the TSE has installed, you're going to want to choose Open. At this point, the TSE should now show the current firmware on the main page, and this screen is ready to accept a configuration from TSE Designer. If the building network the TSE is attached to has access to the internet, the screen can be updated in the following method. First, scroll down the page, then select Project Setup. In Project Setup, select Project Location and type https://www.ilight.co.uk. Select project password and type in Cooper-1234 with a capital C. Then select project name and type in TSE Auto with TSE and A capitalized. Ensure that both Reload Next Time and Reload Images are selected. Then scroll down the screen and select Save and Back. On the main page, scroll down, select Network Setup, and set a valid IP address or select DHCP. This information would need to be provided by the IT administrator. Then select Save and Load. The screen should then ask you if you want to install the latest OS image for this device, and you'll choose Yes. The image file will now start to download. This will take a few minutes to complete. Once it completes, the image file will install. Again, the installation will also take a few minutes. The screen should change again while it's finalizing the install. This will also take a few minutes. Finally, the device should boot back to the engineering menu and then verify that version 1.484 shows. If it does not, power cycle the screen and check again. I hope this video was informative, and thanks for watching.